My name's Carmen. I'm so excited to be working with you all. How was your lunch?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Where's everybody from?
Union City.
Union City. Well, I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
I went to Mill Creek School District. Cool thing is I went to Mill Creek. I was a marginal student. I went to Slippery Rock right around the corner. I was a communications major and a business minor. And ultimately, I went and became a salesperson in the Washington, D.C. marketplace, and I developed undiagnosed Lyme disease. I went undiagnosed for 3 years, and I wasn't able to use my hands and walk for 19 months. And I had an in-house nurse with catheter, and I was the #1 sales rep in the nation for a large technology company in Washington, D.C. And then all of a sudden, I wasn't able to even perform the work of my job, so they fired me, in fact, when I was the #1 in the country. And then I had rheumatoid arthritis to deal with. And so my parents moved me back to Erie, Pennsylvania in 2004. And it was, I was neurologically trying to work with Lyme disease. I couldn't use my hands very well. And I wasn't able to sell like I used to sell. So I had to figure out how to, make money in Erie, Pennsylvania, now that it wasn't a major big city. And I used to sell technology stuff, and there wasn't a huge demand in Erie, so to speak. So I had to figure out how to live the life I wanted to live, enjoy myself, but also make the living that I wanted from a money standpoint. So I had to become an entrepreneur. Okay, I had to find opportunities to make me happy personally, that made me feel better, but also that I could make money to support myself. So who here wants to participate in a poll, okay? I'm from the Uncommon Individual Foundation. It's the most amazing organization. It's a mentoring foundation founded by this amazing gentleman, Dr. Richard Caruso, who's my personal mentor. He doesn't want me to leave here without you all knowing that our version of entrepreneurship at the foundation does not solely include business. A woman having a child based off of that's her selective choice, and that's what makes her happy, that she wants to undertake that experience. Does anybody know what the word enterprise means? Does anybody know what the word venture means? Okay? Enterprise. Okay? In order for you to understand the quote on your sheet, you first must know what the word enterprise means. Somebody read it. You, ma'am, first in the row. Right there. You.
Project or understanding typically one that is difficult.
Can you speak so everyone can hear you? Please.
A project or undertaking typically one that is difficult to require effort, initiative, and resourcefulness.
A project or undertaking, typically one that is difficult or requires effort, initiative, and resourcefulness. Okay? So the fact is all you, whether you're pursuing flute, percussion, art, to be a better scientist, you're all being entrepreneurial as our definition because you're undertaking an effort that is difficult, okay? So I want to ask you all to take a poll with me, okay, with your phones, okay? I'm going to start the poll right now. Question number 1. Do you know what the word entrepreneur means? Text. Are you all familiar with this technology? Good stuff, good stuff. Hey, do you want to use my phone to text?
Shoot.
All right. There you go. There you go, pal. All right. Do you know what the word entrepreneurship means? And you don't have to necessarily fit to me, because I'm going to ask you. And it's gonna...
It said the keyword could not be found. Make sure you entered the keyword correctly and try again.
Type in 37607 code. Then you can type in the response.
Text a code to 37607. So who did it right? Can somebody explain? You can't just text.
We have to literally text code.
Whoever's doing it. Okay, 67% did, 33%. Can somebody help this young lady that's having issues? Well, how about this? We'll give it a second go about, okay? So 67% of you, okay, 75, uh-oh. Okay, so did you just went through?
Mine's still not working. It says, oops, you don't actually text the word code or keyword.
I think, okay. Can somebody pick her phone up that actually had success in
Did you guys have success?
I don't know.
because everybody, are you sure it's not working? Because I'm getting you registering.
Oh, just kidding.
Well, the funny thing is, I probably would have been just as confused. Thank you.
When we did this in class, was that you had to send yes or no.
So 80%. Okay, I'm going to stop that one. All right. Do you know the value of business-related entrepreneurship to your community? This is so important. And I don't want you guys to fib to me because I'm going to find out.
What do you mean exactly?
Do you know the value of business-related entrepreneurship to your community?
Like the number amount, or how much does it mean to our community?
That's a good question. The value as in, if you were to buy a hybrid, right? And you bought it because it was a triple bottom line purchase, right? It was good for the humanity. It was low cost of energy, and it was hip and cool, right? So there's a 3-point value, right? It was a value for the money. So asking you, do you know the value as in like when something's valuable, not as in like a numerical value. You know what I mean? You know your mom's valuable, right? Why?
She takes care of us.
Takes care. So it's like that. I'm asking you, do you know if entrepreneurship is valuable, something similar to your mother. And this question is okay. So 100% no so far. It's okay. Okay. Swivels a little bit. We all voted? Okay. About to stop the poll. Alright, I'm about to start another poll. Do you know the role business-related entrepreneurship has played in history, locally or nationally? Do you know the role business-related entrepreneurship has played in history, locally or nationally? This is important stuff. Uh-oh, we're up to 50%. We all in? Uh-oh. Alright. Uh-oh, we're back at 50. Alright. Alright, last question, y'all.
No.
Yins, guys. Yins?
Yins.
Alright, ready? Last question.
What?
Do you know the role business entrepreneurship needs to play locally, nationally, and internationally in the future? This is a major question, and nobody fibs, okay? Do you know the role business entrepreneurship needs to play locally, nationally, or internationally in the future? Do you know the role business entrepreneurship needs to play locally, nationally, or internationally in the future?
Well,
Or you guys still need it?
yeah, it is.
All right. Let's close the poll. We all good? All right, great. So basically, we have a lot of work to do, and I'm so glad for the opportunity to. Let's pull out this sheet right here, okay? It's the learning quiz, and I don't want anyone cheating because we're about to learn this stuff right now, okay? All right. The entrepreneur is an individual who undertakes an enterprise. As we learned, an enterprise is what? Enterprise is what? You front? Come on. An enterprise is what? Alright, we're going to try this one more time.
Spaceship.
And you all need to understand this because anywhere you work that you're considering going to get a job, all these STEM-related organizations are enterprises. Whether you go to work at a university, a government entity, a nonprofit, the United Way, a veterinary, Grove City, Union City Hospital. These are all enterprises, okay? Products and services are coming out of there. Revenues are pouring in. They're creating jobs, okay? But us at the foundation, we want you all to understand and use your sense of entrepreneurship, your creativity. We want you to undertake things that make you personally happy, okay? So the fact of the matter is today we're focusing on business entrepreneurship. So how would you define business-related entrepreneurship? Now the pressure's on because you all are telling me. I'm not going to start with you. You in the back.
Can you repeat the question?
Oh, you're too busy smiling at everyone. How would you define a business-related entrepreneur?
How would I find one?
Yeah,
How would you find one?
what's the definition of a business-related entrepreneur?
A guy who starts their own business, a guy or girl starts their own business in selling or having their own company.
Okay, does anybody else have an answer? Is that pretty good? Somebody read it. Ma'am, can you read?
People who design, produce, and generate value through the creation or expansion of economic activity by identifying new products, processes, or markets.
So the fact of the matter is there are people in your local community that have created things. Like in Erie, Pennsylvania, they invented the steam shovel, the pepperoni ball. I mean, just different things that have been economic engines of the time. The steam engine allowed for things to take place that never ever were imaginable. Huge factories in Erie were built based off a moment in time where an entrepreneur, a science, technology, engineering, math entrepreneur created an innovation that the whole world could benefit from, and thus the jobs were created in your community. Is there a big employer in your community? Name the biggest factory or the biggest business in your area.
It's probably Snap-Tight.
Yeah.
Snap-Tight. And Snap-Tight, is a good example of a local business where somebody created a product and service it, and it's fueled the economy with jobs, and they've expanded throughout the area. They totally were able to capture a moment in time, but there's very few and far and in between the amount of Snap-Tights in our communities. So entrepreneurs, as it relates to business, is very important, okay? Because there's a huge demand for the increase in jobs, okay? Does everybody know what unemployment is?
Yeah.
Is it growing or is it shrinking in your neighborhood, in your area?
Growing.
Okay, why is that?
Because businesses are going out of business. They don't need as many jobs anymore.
Right, and there hasn't been new businesses to come and take their place. New technology businesses. You can work anywhere. You can work from Starbucks. Okay? So, what are at least two things, okay? Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Two things that entrepreneurs, business-related entrepreneurs, contribute to their communities.
More jobs.
More jobs, because we just said that, good.
More taxes, tax money.
Did you look on that? You don't seem like it. Okay.
Things that
They produce their product or service. You gotta come up with something.
ADT's a little cheater.
Tax revenue. Oh, hey, you guys are the accountants to be back there. So exactly right. Okay, somebody read it. Read it. Number 2. What are at least 2 things? All those are right answers. Growing economic activity and wealth. Who else wants to read something? Job opportunities, tax revenue, local products and services, involvement in the community activities, enhanced quality of life. So if you all start a business in your local community, these are the things you can contribute, okay? And people all around the world are 16 years old starting $1 million businesses. You're aware of that, right? My teen entrepreneur was the #1 business in the entire nation last year, okay? She started creating balloon types of creations. Then she moved to selling balloon kits. Next you know, she found out how to use these balloon creations as therapy for those that have arthritis like myself. So she started with a passion around balloons, and then it spawned into all these different opportunities for her. Okay? So what is the business size that has grown the fastest in the United States? What is it? The big businesses? Small businesses? Medium-sized businesses? What do you think?
Small businesses.
Okay, with what? Was it? Is it 10 employees? 11 to 20 employees? 20 to 30? 100? 100 or more? Which one?
Less than 10.
Less than 10? Who all agrees less than 10? Raise your hand. Who all thinks 11 to 20? Okay, who thinks 20 to 30? Alright, who thinks more than 100? We'll skip. Alright, the fact is, firms with less than 10 employees are the fuel of this economy. Okay, listen, if you guys, in your home communities, if there was a way to help the carpenter grow 2 more jobs, the caterer 1 more job, okay, the mill 3 more jobs, instead of a big company coming in and setting up shop, or what if you created a business, okay? What if you all were good at selling things online? What if you all were interested in the Marcellus Shale business? Who's heard of the Marcellus Shale business? Tell me about it.
I just saw a commercial about it, so I don't know.
You need to be able to come up with more than that, dude.
Drilling for shale, isn't it?
Keep going.
For, I don't know.
That's all right.
It's like a reservoir of oil, but you have to get down to a certain underneath the shale to get it.
So yeah, the fact is what you all need to be aware of, and this is one of the most relevant things, okay? No more in time has there been more wealth created right now in this state, okay? Back when they first found oil in Drake's well, okay, it probably has not been matched since there. They found this underlying level of natural gas and oils that have never been found before, that laying in between the shale stone uniquely found in this area. So all these people are starting businesses to drill. Okay, let's do an exercise real quick. What type of business would you start based off of the newfound natural gas fields in the state? They're in your backyard right now. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, you. If not you, then who?
What business would I start
Yeah.
if they were in my backyard?
Mm-hmm.
A natural gas business.
Okay. Let's say that we built. Let's say we built a well. Okay. Let's say we built a well. What other businesses would go along with the well being built?
You'd have like some kind of heating system to keep that.
Okay. Somebody would heat. There would be something to heat. That's an interesting one. What else? Somebody would need a business to truck the oil, right? Somebody would need a business to clean the oil up, right? Somebody would have to have a warehouse to store all the oil, right? Okay, all these Texans are coming into Pennsylvania with all these science, technology, engineering, and math businesses that surround this drilling industry. And us Pennsylvanians are not jumping in with all the intensity we should. So you all right now, regardless of your age, should be thinking about the opportunities for careers that this is going to provide, okay, in a couple of years, as well as right now, what are ways that you all can use your entrepreneurial spirit in the business sense to create an opportunity for you to make some money, for your family to make some money off this industry, okay? Because if it's not you, then who? If it's not now, then when? We need to make sure Pennsylvania is capturing some of this opportunity. And this is as serious as it's going to get. You're going to be 50 years old saying, I wish I would have jumped into that gold rush that happened in Pennsylvania. Okay? So approximately what % of new jobs come from small business?
99. It's 99. Look.
Who has a smartphone? Look it up. Somebody look it up. What's the stat? Smartphone it.
Smartphone.
Smartphone it. I'm really excited about you all coming in. Like this is a good group. Everyone else is like this. Like, I don't know, I mean in a nice way. I mean in a nice way. Maybe they're just mystified by this amazing topic. All right,
Sure, that's
who smartphoned it?
I'm working on it.
So bad.
She took the
Going
t-
to the
back.
she took the tail off, so it's running slower.
Okay, I put the tail on.
Well, it should be
When did it
running
come up?
right down now.
Can somebody like talk?
10.
Because you know a rabbit can't run with its tail cut off.
It's 99. Yes.
It says 70.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
but it'll need to take a little
75%.
break.
I was right, I told you wrong.
It's 75%. Okay, this is what I need you all to understand. It's okay. New job growth in your communities need to be based off of small businesses. Okay, all the jobs are really housed and created by these onesie twosies that the caterer, the baker. If the economy is good, one additional job can be created. Most people think that this big company, you know, Motorola, and somebody's going to put this big plant in our local area. But the fact is we need to be figuring out strategies that empower the creation of new small businesses or to help the small businesses grow. You all should be thinking right now of ways you can help the entrepreneurs in your communities. It's summertime, right? You all need to be thinking of ways that you can get some experience working, but also helping them grow and expand their business. Because if not you, then these businesses have the potential to dry up in your own communities.
Most of the time, we're not allowed to get jobs though because we're not old enough. You have to at least
How old
be
are
like
you?
16, 14.
Well, hey, that's a tricky topic there. Okay, that's a tricky topic. So, what is the earliest age for internships? 15. What grade are y'all in? 10?
Ninth.
9? So is everyone here 9?
Mm.
Interesting. Well, this is even better. Okay, this is even better. Okay, you all decide what are the industries that interest you right now, and by the time you're able to get your working papers, you should have already reached out to them and said, here's the research I've done on the industry that you operate in. Here's my goals as it relates to I want to learn more between 10th and 11th grade about this industry so I can decide whether it's something I want to pursue in my college studies. You need to be more deliberate with how you go about getting the knowledge you need in your life. And that's really becoming the entrepreneur of the enterprise of your life, is when you take full control over acquiring all the things in your life that are going to make you live a more fulfilled, happy life. And knowledge and education and mentoring is the key. Does anybody have a mentor here? Does anybody know what a mentor is? Okay. As I showed you, Dr. Richard Crusoe was my personal mentor. And the foundation that I've been a part of, the Uncommon Individual Foundation, was founded based on he's the son of immigrants. His parents didn't have any hope for him to be the person he was. All they wanted him to do is be a nice person, okay? And he, through the field of athletics, was able to get into school in Susquehanna, a very small school. He played football for them. And then he found out that education was something that he was really interested in. And, fast forward, he ended up creating the regenerative skin, okay? Burn victims would have to use skin of rigor mortis so they wouldn't die. And he thought that it was a shame that there were so many people dying, because skin is the largest organ. So without any medical background, he was able to find people that were experts in the field. He found people that had resources, and he said, I want to make this change in life. I want to do something that's meaningful, that can save some lives. And the fact is through him being a person that clearly understood his goals he was able to attract other people with medical knowledge so that it enabled him to be able to enter into that space and create a healthy, successful product. And he grew the company from a couple people to having 4,000 worldwide associates. It's called Integra Life Sciences, and now it's publicly traded. Our foundation that I'm the vice president of for entrepreneur education, we're a $60 million foundation. He's the only contributor. We have a $600 million venture fund that he's the sole contributor of. So the fact is you can come from humble beginnings where people have zero expectations of you, but when you have clear ideas on what you want to achieve in your life and who needs to be involved so that you can learn what you need to know and you can do what you need to do. So who all thinks that they learned a little bit today? All right, so can you please do me one favor and complete, on the back of this learning quiz is 6 through 7, and 1 through 4 is on the other page, okay? So it starts, it starts on the learning quiz, and it's whoa. Okay, yeah. I guess they printed out pretty neat. Does everybody know where it's at?
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody need 1 through? Does anybody need it, or are we good?
I need a pen.
You need the back, it's on the back side of the learning quiz. So did you all feel like you learned something? Did you enjoy it by any stretch? Yeah. So,
Hey, Megan.
You're welcome.
Thank you
We have to
very
do this.
much.
no, it's all right. Well, yeah, do the paper version as well, okay, of the first quiz, the pre-test.